Good evening to all. I welcome you all to the interactive session arranged by All India Civil Services Coaching Center, Chennai, on the topic how to approach geography questions on GS Paper 1 and GS Paper 3 by Mr. Rishab Jain, I.A.S. Mr. Rishab Jain did his graduation from M&M Jain Engineering College, Chennai, and then worked as a system engineer as Infosys. He resigned his job from Infosys to start preparation for civil services examination. He has secured the All India rank 23 in the year 2018 and also Tamil Nadu topper. He started his career as assistant collector in Kanyakumari district and now he is working as a sub-collector in Periykulam in Theni district. He is not just a dreamer but also a doer. I welcome Mr. Rishab Jain, I.A.S. to share his ideas and also welcome all the aspirants and other faculties. Thanking you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your very warm welcome, sir. I just wanted to know whether can someone share the link of the YouTube, because from there I can see what are the questions of the students, but on the channel I'm unable to see the live telecast of the video of this particular video. So can someone help me, a technical person, can someone help me? Where is that video on the channel? Thank you.
சார் நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
I'm sorry, there has been some technical issues. The internet connection just work. So I'm unable to see the video yet. Can someone help me with that? The video is not live on YouTube yet.
லைவ் வருதுங்களா சார்? லைவ் வருதுங்களா சார்?
He
Yeah, hi. Okay, I think so. I've got the link now. I hope so. I'm visible right now for all of you. Can you all see me? Can someone reply on YouTube or somewhere? YouTube, I am able to.
சார் நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
I hope so. Everyone can see me now. I'm sorry, there has been some technical issues. Okay, I think so. People can see me now. I'll start the session. So first of all, welcome for this particular answer writing session. This is about geography GS1 and GS3. I'll share you how you can write answers in GS1 and GS3. So this will be a very interesting session. I hope so you people can participate with me in this session. I will check the WhatsApp, I'll check the chat box, who's doing what. So, it will be very helpful for me also. Okay, everyone is saying it's audible now. Okay, sorry for this small delay. Because of rainfall, I was unable to do this. So yeah, thanks for coming up with me. We'll start this session now. So first of all, GS1 and GS3, geography, disaster management, agriculture, everything will be following one similar trend. If you learn answer writing for geography, that will somewhere come around 80 marks in GS1. And you will have agriculture for somewhere 40 to 50 marks and disaster management for some 30 to 40 marks. So somewhere around 150 to 180 marks, you have to follow one similar pattern of how to answer this geography, agriculture, disaster management, these topics, and a little bit of Indian economy also. So I will discuss all these topics with you, that how you can do this properly. Okay. So first of all, let's go to the slide session. Okay, so something about me, just a little bit. I'm the sub-collector of Periculum. I got All India rank 23 in the Civil Service examination of 2018, and I belong to the 2019 batch of Indian Administrative Services. I did this in my third attempt. I cleared both prelims in my first and second attempt, but couldn't clear mains. I was the state topper during 2018 examination. My optional was geography. My education, I'm a BE graduate. Because of LBS NEA training, I've got MA in public management, also LLM, Master's Diploma in Law. And I worked with Infosys, I worked with various coaching institutes as a part-time basis. So first, what you should do, formulating an answer is very important, and with respect to geography, you have to do it little bit differently. You have to think spatially and you have to think temporally. Spatially means you have to think about the space. You have to think about India, you have to think about the world, you have to think about the map. This is how you should think. Okay, going to give you the marks, and you have to think very spatially. Spatially, in the sense, you have to think about the name of the area, the rainfall, the climatic conditions, the type of vegetation, the environment over there, some sort of current affairs that is associated with that particular environment. These are the ways in which you should think for a geographical answer. So first thing is you have to think spatially. You have to think with respect to the space. What is there in that particular area? Suppose if there is a question which came in 2016 mains, which says about urban floods in cities, especially in 2016 there was urban floods in Chennai, and question came on urban floods in cities all over India. Okay, so you have to think spatially that why is that urban floods are very common year on year, and why is it still happen? Why it's still recurring? Haven't we learned a lot? Haven't we learned what and all we have done and what is pending? So you have to think very spatially that why urban floods are happening. You have to bring in various concepts with respect to urban floods. Like urban floods happen in Mumbai and Chennai. Okay, Mumbai is located in the windward side of the Western Ghats. So naturally, it receives over 250 centimeters of rainfall every year. Okay, so when rain strikes, so it gets orographic rainfall, and at times it will get cyclonic rainfall also. So because of that area, the position, the terrain of that particular place, the topography of the place, Mumbai is actually an island, and huge urbanization has happened. The clogs, the original waterways or the water course have been clogged in the urban area, because of which water is unable to go to the ocean, it is unable to mix with the ocean, because of which this happens. Then there is huge urban development without thinking about waterways, without thinking about flood water management, etc. And there is huge outlay of wastewater in Mumbai. Okay, so there are a lot of aspects with respect to geography. You have to think about the space. Now, the major rivers in the area, the name of those rivers, like Vriddhi River is a very important river in Mumbai. So that river is somewhat like Kuvam River in Chennai. It's highly clogged, highly polluted river. So the water bodies in that area have been reclaimed. So naturally, the water bodies are the places which will absorb excess rainwater, and it will slowly give away the rainwater during dry period. But because of these water bodies have been encroached, the water has nowhere to go. Okay, we have taken out the water bodies and we have built huge story buildings on those water bodies. So, but the water will go where it has been going for the last thousands of years. So it will go to that particular place, which lies in a lowland probably, because of which this is happening. So these are the reasons why urban floods keep on happening in cities. You can take Chennai, for example. So, in your answers while writing geography, you can give a lot of case studies. Your case studies and your examples will be the greatest help for you in your geography based answers. Okay, nothing else will help you. Your good maps, good case studies, using of geographical terms, using of relief, climate, terrain, topography, those kind of geographic terms. If you do like that, your answer will be very peculiar, very special. And second one is you have to think very temporally. Temporally in the sense you have to go through the timeline. They may ask you that what has happened, what is the evolution of urbanization, how evolution of urbanization in India. Evolution in the sense how urbanization started in late 1900s and it has came up to 2020s, how urbanization is happening in India. So you have to also think temporally. You have to think about timeline, that how different timeline is affecting different phases of our lives. Then you have to think very artistically. The answers should be very unique. You should have a lot of maps. Maps are always very important. At least have a thumb rule that if it's a per page, you have to draw at least one map. Okay. If you are getting 2 sites for an answer, you have to draw at least 2 maps. So this should be your thumb rule while writing a geography answer. Then you can have flow charts, diagrams, etc. Whatever you feel that instead of explaining something in words, you can explain it very creatively, very artistically. So this artistic bent of mind is needed. And you have to think very diversely also. Okay, you should not take only one topic and go very deep in that topic. If they are floods, you have to take 10 different topics. You have to speak about the terrain, and then the climate, and then the biogeography, the environmental geography, the urbanization, Okay, you have to speak about at least 7 different topics, which is there in your syllabus itself. So one thing is when you're writing any answer, remember the syllabus of that particular. Remember the syllabus of geography. Okay, so you have to think. Okay, geomorphology, something related to. I have to write a point on geomorphology for this answer. What will I write about geomorphology? Okay, terrain, topography. This is the kind of thing. Then climatology will come. Okay, what can I write about? What can I write about climatology for this particular question? Then oceanography. What can I write about oceanography in this particular question? What can I write about biogeography? What can I write about environmental geography? What can I write about the industries? What can I write about urbanization? Okay, so go topic by topic. At least try to remember the syllabus of your geography, syllabus of your geography, especially syllabus of NCERT. And whenever you're writing an answer, go by topic by topic. Okay, this if it's a 10-marker question, you have to write 10 to 12 points. Then if you have 6 topics, it's in your mind: geomorphology, climatology, oceanography. If you write 6 points in one side and 6 points in another side, basically you are writing whatever there in the syllabus, and your answer will become suddenly diverse. Okay, that's a very key strategy that you have to take up while you are writing geographical answers. The step-by-step process for writing the answer. So this is common for everyone, but I'm just specifically saying it for geography. Read the question twice. At the examination hall, you will find that you won't have time to read the question properly at all. So we will read in one go and we will just try to write whatever we understood by reading it once. But it is very important to read the question twice and to understand what the examiner wants from you. The first part of the question will be some sort of a very vague statement. The actual question will be after 3 lines or 2 lines. But what we will do is that we will read the first 2 lines and we'll think that this is the question that is being asked, and we will start to explain the statement. But the statement is given just to bring the context. The question comes after the statement. So you have to read the question twice and you have to understand what the examiner really wants from you. Whether the examiner wants to explain, the context or the statement, or he is just giving the statement to bring a context, and his question is something entirely different. So that is important. Okay. Third, understand the space and the time that is given to you. For a 10 marker in GS1 or GS3, you will get at max 6.5 minutes, in which at least 30 seconds will go for you to remember the question, understand the question, and formulating an answer that what you are going to write. So you literally have 6 minutes in your hand and you have 2 pages to fill, and you need to write 150 words, at least 150 words you have to write. Okay. So this is the time and the space that is given to you. You should not exceed 6 minutes at any point of time. Also, you should fill the 2 pages that is given to you. You have to draw 2 maps, which I have already said to you. You should keep all these things in your mind. How are you going to write? This is very important, and this will only come if you practice regularly. If you don't practice regularly, trust me, this thing is not going to come. Okay, this thing is not going to come. So understand the time and space given to you and start practicing it. Then break the question into various parts and allocate the time and space for them. You should understand that if a question has 2 parts, you have to give equal importance to both the parts. Like they are asking what are the causes and solutions for urban floods in cities in India, and they have given you 3 pages, which means 1.5 page you have to write about causes and 1.5 page you have to write about the solution. Okay, and 3 maps you have to put in 3 pages. So basically this should be in your mind. What happens is that sometimes we know a lot about one particular topic and we don't know much about the second topic. Suppose you know so much about the causes because you were personally affected in those urban floods, you have been seeing those urban floods. You will write 2.5 pages about the causes and just a paragraph about solution, which is not right. Again, you don't know much about the causes because you are not from such area. But you have a lot of solutions because you have read some article or some current affairs which have given a lot of solutions. You will do 1 page of causes and 2 pages of solutions. That is also not right. So when you are writing an answer, you should think, okay, this particular question is broken into these many parts. Let me, suppose the causes is there, let me address the causes first. And again, if the question, you have to go according to the question. Suppose they are asking the causes and the solutions, you have to first explain the causes and then explain the solutions. Not that you have to first tell the solution and come back to the causes. Okay, that's not how it happens. Because a lot of times what I see is that people tend to write things which have been not asked and they compromise on the topics which is asked by the examiner. So go by the question, mark the keywords and answer those first. If you don't answer that, you are going to lose your marks. And instead of writing everything, try how creatively you can explain it through some diagrams or maps or flowchart or something. So be very artistic. If you can write something in 4 lines or 5 lines, and if you can explain it in a small map, a very beautiful map you can explain, then I would say you do that. That is going to help you a lot. Recollect your thoughts. So like you have 30 seconds. During those 30 seconds, you have to do all this stuff. Okay, 30 seconds for each and every question, or you have to read the question, you have to underline the subtopics, you have to do the space management, that this subtopic will get 1 page, this subtopic will get 1 page, this subtopic will get 1 page, introduction 3 lines, conclusion 3 lines. Okay, this is the point which I'm going to put first, this is the point which I'm going to put last. So you have to recollect your thoughts, you have to have a very stable thought process, and then you start writing. And trust me, this is not going to come to you unless you practice very rigorously. If you do not practice very rigorously, you just write one test series for a month, it's not going to come. I'd say write 5 questions on a daily basis, because mains is all about writing practice and putting your knowledge in the best foot forward. You may be a PhD in geography, but trust me, if you can't put your good points properly and in a way that the examiner is able to understand, you're not going to get good marks. So for us, marks is important. For marks, what we have to do is that we have to practice a lot. No certain tips. Start with drawing maps instead of writing. It's okay that if you write introduction, but first page, it's just try putting a map. Okay, first page. After writing the 2-3 lines of introduction, start drawing a map. Follow the NCERT mapping and writing integration style. So if you take out the NCERT maps, you will see that if it's a world map, it will occupy half of the page, the top half or the bottom half of the page. Okay, if it's an India map, it will occupy 1/4 of the page, either the top right corner or top left corner, either the bottom right corner or bottom left corner. That is important. So when you're drawing, you cannot draw one India map in one full page and then write some 5 lines in the next page. No, the India map should be small and it should be in one corner of your answer sheet, and you should label your map. Okay, label your map. Figure 1, what you're trying to, what is that map saying, what you're trying to say. You should not say figure 1 India map, nothing like that. Figure 1 map of agriculture diversification in India. You should also label your maps. You should start to learn to label your maps, draw good maps, practice good maps. Also, don't consume too much of space for mapping. Like I already said, you don't draw an India map for an entire 1 page and say that since I asked you to draw a map, you have drawn a map. You should draw maps, but you should not compromise on your writing also. You should balance both. That should be 150 words worth of content in your answer. There should also be 2 maps in your answer. How you are able to integrate, that's where your thought process and that's where your practice lies. Practice so that India's map or world's map can be drawn in less than 30 seconds, and it can be done. Trust me, friends, it can be done. You just need to practice. You just need to do a freehand mapping, and that should not consume more than 30 seconds, and it should look like an India map. Okay, you cannot draw a triangle or probably you cannot draw a triangle or a rectangle or a quadrilateral something and you say that this is India map. No, it should look like an India map. It should feel like India map, and it should be a freehand drawing and should not take more than 30 seconds. Don't use stencil and all. Do a freehand map, because when you're writing for mains, you won't have time to take out stencil, do this dragging and all that stuff. You won't have time. So the best thing is practice so that you can draw the maps within 30 seconds. And final thing, you can cross the word limits, but you should not be shy of the word limits. Okay, if you are having 150 or 250 words, if you can write 300 words in that 9.5 minutes for a 20 marker question or a 15 marker question, please go ahead and do it. But don't underweight, don't shy of your words. If it's a 250 marker, if it's a 250 word question, you should not write 200 words. You can very well exceed to 300 words if you have time, but mostly you won't have time, but still you can exceed. Don't think that that's a word limit. I have to carry that word limit. You have to draw maps. You have to also integrate that word limit. Word limit is there, but here and there, you can go out it. Integrate as diverse topics as possible. Try to bring in a lot of current affairs. Suppose some question is coming in examination, that should be something would have happened in the recent past, in the last 2 years, because of it that question is coming. So try to understand that and bring that aspect. Also try to bring as many aspects as possible. For that, you just need to mug up or by heart the syllabus of the geography. That's it. It's very easy. You by heart the syllabus of the geography, you take out any topic in geographical questions and you just go along the topic of the geography. Okay. As far as agriculture is concerned, again the syllabus for agriculture is given in your agriculture topic, that is in your NCERT book itself. You just remember the syllabus. What is the syllabus is? The syllabus will speak about seeds, fertilizers, agriculture diversification, climatic conditions, irrigation. These are some basic topics which will be given in your agriculture syllabus. Okay, agriculture, that one chapter. Just remember these subtopics. Whatever answer comes for agriculture, you can use these subtopics and you can explain your answer in a better way. In this way, what happens is that your answer becomes very diverse and you won't have time to think what point I'm going to write next, because you remember the syllabus, you remember the subtopics. You have to just put the subtopics and write something relevant to that subtopic. That's it. Add a lot of geographical data, name of the place, terrain, topography, etc. Data is gold. Okay, you have to remember geographical answers. If you're writing, you have to remember name of the places, the area of the place, what kind of climatic condition it's in, if it's open climate condition, whether it comes in BW or BM, or it comes in A.I.S or AAM or AAW or CS or whatever it is. You have to remember the climatic classification, Köppen, Trondheim, Trivarta, whatever you're reading, try to bring those topics in this. Okay. You should add a lot of geographical based data. What is there in your NCERT books? That is enough. Not more than that. I'm not asking you to go beyond NCERT. Your NCERT and GCDM, whatever is there, the data which you have read for prelims, try to bring those data in your mains answers. If you can do it, it will be much, much better, and that's more than enough. I'm not asking anything else. Understand your keywords and explain them efficiently. You have to understand what they are asking about, what keyword is about the question, and you have to take pain to explain that keyword. Definitions are very important, friends. So if they're giving you some topic and asking you to define it, you have to take pain to define those topics. Okay. Your first point will be to define that keywords within 3 lines. That's it. Not more than that. 20 to 25 words. You have to explain the particular keyword. And finally, a good answer has an introduction, has a body part, which has the subtopics, it has maps, it has certain flow charts, and finally conclusion. But what we do is that we overdo introduction and conclusion. We write half a page or 3/4 of a page introduction and 2/4 of the page for conclusion. We don't have space for body. Introduction 3 lines and conclusion 3 lines. At max 6 lines, at max 50 words. That's it. An introduction and conclusion should not cross beyond that. Rest of your thing will be body. So have this rule: 90s to 10% of the space you are going to give for introduction and time conclusion. 10% of the time you are going to give for your introduction and conclusion. 90% of your time and space you are going to give for your body. Okay. Now we will have certain questions. Just these 2 questions I will discuss with you. Defining Blue Revolution, explain the problems and strategies for pisciculture development in India. Okay. So this is a 15-marker question which came in 2018 mains. So for this question, you will have 3 pages. Okay, first have this, and then you will have 3 pages. Now, what is the question asking? Defining Blue Revolution. The question directly asks you to define the Blue Revolution. So first part of the question is defining the Blue Revolution. You have to have a very good definition of the Blue Revolution. So start writing the definition of Blue Revolution. There's a Government of India project. It's also on Blue Revolution. You can Google that. It has a lot of components. Okay, here they are asking only component of pisciculture, but Blue Revolution doesn't have only pisciculture. Pisciculture means growing of fishes in artificial environment. This is pisciculture. We can go about aquaculture. Okay, there is also seaweed growing. A lot of things are there in Blue Revolution. So basically, you can write the definition of the Blue Revolution. You can draw a small flow chart explaining what are the, like a wheel or something, explaining what are the various components of Blue Revolution. And then they are asking the problems and strategies for pisciculture development in India. Now you have to explain then you can draw a map of India map showing the potential that we have for Blue Revolution in India. You can draw a map and say that seaweed is grown highly near the Gulf of Mannar region. Okay, and we have pisciculture somewhere in somewhere in West Bengal area. So you take out these components and you show that where this is being done in a map. Okay, so that is what your potential. You are showing the potential of Blue Revolution in India. This will take half a page. Okay, within half a page you have to do this. Then come to the explaining the problems. So for problems you are going to take 1 page. For defining Blue Revolution, since it's a part of question, let's assume it carries 2.5 marks. So remaining 12.5 marks is there for you. So 6 marks for your problems and strategies. So half a page you are giving for blue revolution, 1 page for problems, 1 page for strategies, 2.5 pages done. The remaining half a page you are going to give for your conclusion. Okay. Then pisciculture is again a keyword which you have to explain. And then you have to explain the problems. So since it's a 15 marker question, let's assume 2.5 marks have gone for the blue revolution. So you have 6.5 marks and 6 marks for the problems and strategies, which means minimum you have to write 7 points in problems topic and 7 points in strategies topic. Okay, so 7 points in problem and 7 points in strategies. What are the problems can be? So because of pisciculture, we can say one, we can take disaster. Because of frequent cyclones in the eastern part of India, it has become very difficult to have pen cages, etc., etc. Okay, and you can say that the problem of finances. We don't have much finances, so developing in a large scale becomes an issue. We have to develop only in a small scale. So such points you can write. Food processing industries are again not available in Blue Revolution. Again not available much. And then you can go up with the strategies. That what are the strategies? So there is one PM Pradhan Mantri Sampada scheme is there. You can take out and explain because it's the basic highest strategy that is government of India is saying. So you can take liberty and you can explain that scheme, but not too much. Start explaining the scheme in maybe 5 to 6 lines, and then you write again more points that what have been done by few state governments, what is being special initiative of state governments. There is some other program by NABARD, etc. So finally you can say that because of this, put some facts and say that our fish production has grown from this many metric tons to this many metric tons. You can do like this. This is how your structure of the answer should be. Problems, you have to draw a map. Strategies, you have to draw a map. So 3 maps I have said you, 3 pages you have to write. This is how your thinking should be while writing an answer. Okay. Second question. What is the significance of industrial corridors in India? Identifying the industrial corridors, explain their main characteristics. Okay, so first part of the question is, here the keyword is industrial corridors. What is an industrial corridor? Your 2-line definition should be what is an industrial corridor. Then what is the significance or the importance of industrial corridor? Why do we need industrial corridors in India? You should draw a map showing all the industrial corridors in India. Draw a good India map, show the major industrial corridor. There is one Bangalore-Chennai industrial corridor. There is one defense corridor which is being developed from Chennai to Bangalore or Chennai to, I think so, Madurai. So that's one defense corridor that is developed. There is one corridor in Mumbai, Pune, and Thane region. That's one industrial corridor. There's an industrial corridor in Kalahandi, Bolangir, Koraput, that area. There's one industrial corridor. There's a corridor in Vizag area. There's one corridor within Bangalore and Mysore area. There's a corridor in Kharagpur and in, that Hooghly River basin. There is one industrial corridor over there. There's an industrial corridor you can see in Assam. There's an industrial corridor in and around Ahmedabad, Kalol, Salol, etc. There's one industrial corridor over there. There's a major industrial corridor in the National Capital NCT area, the NCT of Delhi. There is Gurgaon, Haryana, Noida, Punjab. All these areas there's an industrial corridor. Okay, so there is one Delhi Mumbai industrial corridor that is being developed in India. So these are so you have identified all the industrial corridors. You have to explain the significance. What are the significance? Political significance, economic significance, social significance, cultural significance, geographical significance, economic significance. These are various subtopics you have to take. This is how your answer is becoming diverse. And they are saying identifying industrial corridors, explain the main characteristics. Now what you have to do is that, see, the first part of the question, what's the significance of industrial corridors? This will carry 15 marks, this will carry 7.5 marks. So you have to identify those industrial corridors and explain significance. Like you have to put at least 8 points in the significance, define industrial corridors and write and draw a map showing industrial corridors. Then you have to take up at least 5 industrial corridors and explain them and draw a map. Like you can take the industrial corridor, if you can remember the geography of Hooghly River, then you can take the geography of Hooghly River, you draw all the major cities in the Hooghly River, you draw the various industries that is present in the Hooghly River area, and you explain the significance. Okay. Then second, you can do the same for Chennai to Bangalore. You can do the same for the Hyderabad, Secunderabad area. You can do the same for Bangalore to Mysore area. So you can take various industrial corridors and explain the significance. What are the main characteristics? That is, what is their social, economic characteristics? What is the geographical characteristics? Geographical characteristics in the sense it is located closer to rivers. It is located closer to the raw material, from where it is getting the raw material, where it is market is present, to whom it is selling, where does it get its labor, where does it get its power, where does it get its electricity, what are the problems and challenges that those points are facing. You can do a SWOT analysis also for that matter. It's totally up to you. Since they are asking the main characteristics, you can do a SWOT analysis, two points: success, weakness, opportunities, and threats. It will explain their characteristics. Okay, so it's totally up to you. What you feel right, you can do that. And now I'm just showing you a particular question which came in 2021 examination. If you can see here this is a specimen copy which is given in the UPSC website. So this has 2 pages. So discuss the geophysical characteristics of a circum-Pacific zone. Okay. So 2 keywords. First, they are asking you to discuss the geophysical characteristics, and second one is the circum-Pacific zone. Circum-Pacific zone is that zone of fire, or what we say, which borders both Asia, the eastern part of Asia, and the western part of the American continent, so Northern America and the Southern America. You have to draw the world map, and you have to show you have to first define what is the circum-Pacific zone. Take 2 to 3 lines to define what is the circum-Pacific zone. Draw a good world map showing the circum-Pacific zone. How can you bring more geography in it? You should not just draw a map. You have to draw certain oceanic characteristics, like there's Mariana Trenches there. You can draw a few such things, and you can draw where is this convergence boundary, where is this divergence boundary over there. You can draw a few volcanoes that you can name off. So that's how you bring a lot of geography to your answers. Okay, and then all these things you have to again start discussing geophysical characteristics. What is the geomorphology of it? What is the climatology of it? What's the oceanography of it? What's the environmental geography of it? Okay, you take out these 4 topics. Geomorphology, you can explain that because of this plate tectonics, what and all happening, because it's a very important part of the circum-Pacific zone, plate tectonics. It is done. Okay, climatology, you can explain about the El Nino process. It's a very important part of the circum-Pacific zone. Okay, oceanography, you can explain the interior of the circum-Pacific zone. You can say that huge trenches are the continental shelf, continental slope. You can explain about all this stuff. Okay, and then environmental geography. What are the coral reefs are there? Such things can come in environmental geography. You can draw 1 or 2 maps for the oceanography, that is the interior of the ocean over there. You can draw all the stuff. So basically, this is how you answer a question. Okay. Okay, so I'll come for any doubts that you people have. Well, there's a bit of lag, no? I'm actually on YouTube. I'm looking for any doubts. Okay, next time we will try Zoom. I think so, yeah. Next time we'll try Zoom. What and all happening, because it's a very important part of the circle.
Sir, they've asked the doubt in the comment section, sir. We'll check in the YouTube.
if anyone is having any doubts, you can let me know.
Sir, students post their doubts in the comment section, sir, YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay. Any online resources on geography, agriculture related topics? I don't think that you need any online resources. Or there is one thing that is there, agriculture census. So something called as agriculture census is released by the government of India. If you have time, read that. That will give you a lot of idea about agriculture in India. Okay, so you can do agriculture census of India. There are few answer topics which is being I uploaded it I have on Telegram channel, so I'll share the link of that Telegram channel. You can join this Telegram channel. Probably I have uploaded lot of these things in this Telegram channel, so you can do this. Okay, I have uploaded since it's been 2 years. I don't have anything right now. It's there in this Telegram channel which I have uploaded. You can access this answer copies from the Telegram channel. Yeah, see, that is our geography. You cannot write a very generalized answer that, you cannot write a very generalized answer. You should not just say that volcanoes are present. You have to be very specific. What are the various volcanoes that are present in circum-Pacific zone? Because it is Pacific Ring of Fire. We call it as a Pacific Ring of Fire because of the very volatile tectonic plates. Tsunamis happen often. Okay, it is called a Pacific Ring of Fire. So you have to remember the name of the volcanoes, the name of the tsunamis, the year of the tsunamis that happened. This will give you that credibility. This will give you that edge of an geography-based answer. See, basically, what is an industrial? What is a defense corridor? Defense corridors is it is specific to defense. It is a part of a broader industrial corridor where we are trying to put up various defense industries in this place. That's it. So this is how you link your industrial corridor with defense corridor. That's what. If you start practicing, you learn something, you read something, you start. How to learn geography? I don't know. What can I say? It's a very basic question. Uh, See, you can write any examples. That's what is important. Writing any examples. If you think that there is an industry corridor present, you can explain those industry corridors. Okay, wherever you are from, you explain those things. Not necessarily you have to explain something which is not relevant to you. What you can remember, giving a good example is important. Doesn't matter. Someone who's from Northeast India may give certain examples from the Northeastern India. Someone from Northern India may give example from Northern India. So it's totally up to you. If you know some good stuff, if you have a good case study or an example, you have to write those examples. Which are the books to read geography? Again, very basic question. I think so. This is for mains that we are discussing. As I said, it's basic. Your NCRTs and your GC level books will be enough. Optional we will do sometime else. This is just for GS. We'll discuss on this. Telegram link I have provided. UPSC prep with Rishab is my Telegram ID. I have already provided it. Newspaper reading you have to do on a daily basis. You have to do daily basis for your newspaper writing. That is there. UPSC CSC prep with toppers is the name. I'm not very active on Telegram also. I'll just give you my email ID. For industrial corridor, I said if you are having an industrial corridor, you just need to integrate with the defense act. Delhi Mumbai industrial corridor is growing by the government of India. You can include that. There is also one more defense corridor which is coming in Uttar Pradesh. You can link these two industrial corridors. Because this is how you bring current affairs into your answers. Write 4-5 questions on a daily basis. Have a half an hour time for you and start practicing. If you are a very serious mains candidate, without practicing mains questions, it is not going to help you. How to prepare with geography, NCERT books only. Well, you have to do answer writing, start understanding the questions, bring out the content for those questions, start writing it. Slowly you will develop. It's not going to happen overnight. How to link current affairs, I have already answered for that question, Prem. Okay, guys. I think so. I'll take a leave now. I've answered all these questions. If you have any questions, I have given you my email ID. You can drop a mail to me on my email ID. I'll try to answer your questions in the shortest possible time. I thank All India Civil Service Coaching Center for giving me an opportunity to interact with students. It has been a wonderful opportunity. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, sir. You give deep insight into the topic and revealed important geographical facts. I'm pretty sure that the knowledge you shared will definitely help the students in their preparation. Looking forward some more sessions, sir. Thank you so much, sir.